guys? Welcome back to WCS America. We're currently watching the Challenger League. I'm axeltoss, joined by axslav, currently watching State versus Drunkenboi. Drunkenboi is showing some pretty entertaining Terran style.
He is.
Yeah.
And you know, he did an interview where he said he was going to beat State 2-0.
Oh.
So he's halfway there.
Halfway there.
But that
What do
game
you
was
think?
tense. I don't think Drunkenboi was planning. I mean, for a 35-minute game. He was planning throw drops everywhere, and then Hellbats will kill him.
Yeah.
But State's drop defense was
Great.
superb.
And, you know, opening up linked stalkers is kind of important there. If you realize your opponent's play style of going for that drop-heavy play is very important. You know, making sure you're paying attention to where your mothership core is. It almost got sniped in the early part of that game, too, and it had like 168 energy or something like that, and that would have been close to game over if that happened, to be completely honest.
It's much harder to deal with the early drops without that floating overcharge. And actually, he never really used the mothership core in those late game engagements, which I think actually
like
is
time warp and stuff. Yeah,
time warp is huge in those engagements. So.
All right, here we are in game number 2 of this best of 3 of the World Championship Series of the America region. Both these players trying to get back into Premier League, at least from State's point of view, and into Premier League for the first time from Drunkenboi's point of view. But let's introduce the players. In the top left-hand location, we have your Red Protoss player hailing from California. He's 20 years old and is currently teamless. He is State. His opponent currently up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. Hailing from Canada, 19 years old from Team FXONA. He is Drunkenboi. You guys be sure to get involved on the social medias, Twitter, Reddit, Team Liquid, tweet, hashtag WCS and say something witty, and you might get featured on the stream. You can see those tweets scroll along the bottom there.
Drunkenboi going gas before barracks. It could be saying my Hellions were too slow last game.
Yeah, Hellbat.
Well, Hellbat timing probably won't be affected because you need the armory. But he did do that Hellion poke in the front, right?
Yes.
So this game, I mean, it's gonna be totally different. He's gonna be probably more committed to one base. Not gonna do that same Reaper Scout, standard opening. He does have an SCV hidden in State space. Does State know about this SCV?
Oh, he's about to find out. He's like, "What are you doing? Why are you running laps in my base?"
And he was gonna. I mean, that was something he was gonna put a pylon there. Partially, it's got that location, and it's also a great pylon to spot drops.
Yes.
Later in the game, of course. Always try to have the edges of your main base all scattered out, give you as much advanced warning as possible.
Yes. Absolutely. Factory immediately placed down here from Drunkenboi.
We can see State is mining it fairly. This is like the standard open. You mine minerals and then you slowly add probes to gas because you want to get gas, but you want to get minerals. More importantly, to get that Nexus timing down.
By the way, our dedicated observer is Marcus Bazon, a.k.a. a giant smurf. If you Reddit a lot, he is a Redditor. Has some nice posts on there. I think he has like a fancy star next to his name, too, which I'm kind of jealous of. But using dedicated observer here today and yesterday. So, thank you, Marcus. Zealot coming out here.
Oh, the Zealot versus Probe. Face off. Probe jukes to the left.
That's an SCV, Mr. Axslav.
Sorry, SCV. You're right. I just love Probe so much. That was a neat little move, though. The Probe was trying to juke the Zealot and get back in the base, and Zealot, cut the angle.
Did you ever play SCV football in Brood War?
I did, actually.
Yes,
that's like the only custom map I knew about.
I know. Why do none of those awesome Brood War games get into StarCraft 2? I don't understand that. Can you explain that to me, please? Where's my Golem's madness? Where's my turret defense?
So, there's plenty of turret defense.
Well, no, I meant not the one, not the like sunken defense, like that type stuff.
Yeah. Maybe people don't like them anymore.
I like them.
You do.
And I'm generally.
You should write an email to Blizzard. Well, actually, it wouldn't be Blizzard. It would be custom map makers. So.
All right, custom map makers.
Yeah.
If you want me to like you.
Make golems.
Make some of those good maps that are classics in Brood War that I just played every single day, please. Thank you.
P.S. Bring back the Scourge. That wasn't serious, actually. I don't think they should bring back the Scourge.
No.
We see. Back to the build orders here.
Yes.
Pretty standard gateway expansion from State. Drunkenboi going for... it's actually similar to the last game, except this is all before Command Center. Right? Last game he went Reaper expand into Marine, Widowmine, Hellion drop aggression. This time it's just going to be the Marine Widowmine drop.
Yep.
Then expansion. So the drop is going to be much faster, but if State Defense is going to be significantly ahead.
Robo's just not started, and that's pretty important because...
That's why did he build the second, third gateway before the Robo? That's pretty
Yeah,
unusual.
that's pretty risky too, because like obviously if the Widow Mines get burrowed, how do you detect the Widow Mines? And if they get burrowed in your mineral line, you can't ever go back to mine. Unless you sacrifice one probe at a time, right?
I mean, he's ahead in macro, so he can afford to sacrifice a few probes, but I still don't want it.
Oh, medevac going into the main base. Robo's still not done. Oh, the probes! This is not what you... Oh, he kills one.
They got it.
Oh,
Photon
gosh,
overcharge.
Oh, my gosh.
Photon overcharge
Well,
is good.
that paid off for State. That made me stop breathing for a second there, but those are very brave probes.
No sacrifices had to be made to the Widowmine gods.
Yeah.
And now Observer's on the way and State with a decisive lead now. Oh, medevac's going back in. Stalkers say no.
Yes.
No entry here, sir. I mean, I don't know if even if the Stalkers weren't there, it's Photon overcharge up. So.
Yeah, I don't think that would have accomplished too much.
The natural is exposed. Marines and Widowmines.
Putting one near the
State
ramp
doesn't see
is
them.
a generally good idea.
Oh, he's gonna go for the sentries. Poor Zell takes the hit. What a man.
Trying to get close to the Marines to activate that splash damage. Sentries being targeted down here, trying to back away. Medevac getting targeted down as well. State with some great micro, keeping those sentries alive. Don't make me a liar. Looks like he loses both.
Just as he said it, the sentries give up. They're like,
me a liar.
we're tired. Just running. Oh, yeah, good win.
Yeah.
This running around business is tiring for sentries.
That's actually, you got to keep those sentries alive. That's fairly important.
I mean,
He almost did it.
Yeah, he
but almost only
he's,
counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's right. He's still significantly ahead, though. I mean, he hasn't lost any probes against a person who expanded very late. So that's why he has a supply advantage, and he killed the medevac and all the units in it. So losing two, Zelda and 2 sentries, not ideal, but it's still a great defense overall.
And she follow-up is relatively interesting. Oh, almost lost them.
You know, things are not going well for Drunkenboi this game.
Hellions going to try to sneak into the natural. Sentries are there!
Oh, they're going to try to get lined up. State's trying to split them.
Oh, gosh. They're like, we're going to save the colony. We might fall.
No, one
sentry gets away.
Survives. Photon overcharge, saving a sentry. A
you
worthy
know,
use, I think.
I mean, in this situation, it's okay to lose sentries because he's identifying, okay, my opponent's investing a lot in tech as far as, like, the Banshee that doesn't do much, the Widow Mines that don't do much.
You
so
know,
it's okay. It's not game-ending losing those sentries, but...
Drunkenboi built a Raven.
Oh.
And he's building a second Raven.
I know you like Ravens a lot.
I love Ravens.
I know you like Hellbats, too, a lot.
And they complement each other. One costs minerals, the other one costs mostly gas.
So every Terran should therefore logically just mass Hellbats and Ravens.
Only. Why make anything else?
You were doing that a lot in the beta.
I was.
But that was when it was 4 Hellbats to a medevac.
I didn't.
Not sure how much that influenced your play to begin with.
I mean, I'm not really good enough to control more than one control group at a time.
Which is why you play Protoss.
Exactly. Exactly. So the drop play, I usually just take all the Hellbats and attack with them.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then I actually, and then the same control group, the Ravens attack move, and I just spam click their spells. That's the axslav build.
That can be hard to do sometimes too.
It is. You have to have like 30, 40 APM.
It's like remember the letters of the Hunter Seeker and stuff like that.
It's a tough strategy to pull off, only for the most manly of Terrans. 2-pronged harass. Banshee going into the main. And Raven.
Going across the left side there.
Observer spots both of them. Oh, using an auto turret to.
Oh, not gonna kill him.
Escapes. Yeah.
I guess that turret can block the third there. Well, the third's gonna be taken to the other location, so not gonna.
Using a seeker missile on the observer. Poor observer.
Oh, the observer was dancing too. State's like, okay, I'll die.
Yeah. I mean, there was no way. Well, the observer could have stayed near the Raven, so everyone would have been hurt a bit.
Oh yeah, good point.
But I mean, it's a hurt Raven versus a full life Raven isn't that big a difference. So.
Well, isn't that an interesting strategy, though? Because, you know, if you can kill those observers, you can make drops much more effective as the game goes along.
Definitely. And, I mean, the Raven energy comes back, right? So.
Yes.
Oh, Hellions.
Sneaking into the natural.
Yeah, they got a...
Oh!
Wow.
Force fields.
You know, Drunkenboi, he's making his units work for him. He's starting to crawl back. Upgrades are going to be very even. Both players with a third base at roughly even timing.
State doesn't blink, by the way.
And that blink can come into play against potential Raven harass, Banshee harass, medevac harass, Hellions, Vikings, just about everything. Blink is so yes, very useful building. Drunkenboi is not building Hellbats this game, which I think is very interesting to know.
Banshee coming into the main base. Stalker's trying to track that guy down. Just out of range. Stalkers could potentially jump off the cliff and take one shot as they fall to their death, but deciding not to. Or
Not
they can
with
blink on top of the Banshee. Sick.
But then if they kill it, they fall.
Right. So I think that's a worthy sick.
Yeah. That'd be pretty funny if you could do that. Drunkenboi, you know what's cool about the Raven is, you remember last game they had like 6 observers spotting everything?
Yeah.
I mean, the Raven, if you keep it with the army, it'll just instantly kill the observers as it walks by them, so.
Yes, I don't want to give Terrans ideas, though. I'm perfully happy playing against Terrans who don't make
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean.
So let's just agree that the Terran is...
Oh, Seeker
oh my
Missile
gosh,
natural.
onto the probe!
Only gets 2, I think, and then that's not really worth the cost of Raven. Hellion's being taken out as well. They tried to run in her ass. So, State defending well. Is Drunkenboi actually going to attack with this? I mean, this
There's
army.
only one medevac there.
Yeah, and it's all Marines. So it's about 3 Colossi shots away from dying. And State has how many Colossi? He just has 1 Colossus. Oh yeah, because he went to Blinkstalkers first. He didn't try to attack too fast for it. So Drunkenboi going to move out some more forces, mobilize his army. Oh, State could get caught in the flank, but I don't know who that would even favor.
I guess we're going to find out. Drunkenboi.
Great time warp.
Oh, the Stalkers blinking forward, but here comes the flanking arm of the Marines and Marauders. Another time warp going down. Kind of hard to call who's going to win this battle. Drunkenboi has a great concave here. I think he lifted up some units to try to save them and then redeploying them. But State trying to get an engagement here, but he's going to have to back away. Drunkenboi up in supply, 128 to 118. Going to pursue his opponent's army, taking down that Mothership Core, which means no photon overcharge onto that 3rd Nexus, and State might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, not enough air effect damage there. Even with Time Warp, you know, the Bio still does his full damage output. State, I think, yeah, he's going to hold this off, but...
Blink! Targeting down the medevacs, taking down one with a
man.
lot of units inside, and... That could have been a lot worse for State.
Yeah, I think that almost evens up the way that first engagement went. So a very even game going forward. Well,
the unit's loss is identical,
yeah.
quite literally.
I mean, State is still technically ahead at this point. Because the supplies should be more different in TVP. And as you mentioned, units lost identical, but State has extra resources because of the openings. He had the expansion faster, so he's a little bit ahead. But if Drunkenboi can make some nice engagements happen, if it gets to max versus max, it's going to be all about the engagements.
Yep.
Both players doing very good with their upgrades.
All their timings are fairly similar. I mean, 2-2 finishing at about the same time. 3-3 just now getting started for State. Drunkenboi waiting a little bit, but should be starting that fairly soon. And Ghost Academy and High Templar are evenly timed as well.
Yeah.
High Templar Archives, I should say.
Oh,
Stalker's getting medevac kills.
Definitely worth it for State there. Stalker for medevac and even damaging another one. Drunkenboi moving across here. He doesn't have any Vikings with this. Or he has 2 with this army. So I think the 2 Colossi are going to be tough to deal with.
Targeting down the Robo Bay. Stalker's moving forward again, taking down another medevac.
Drunkenboi's aggressiveness is maybe starting to work against him.
Another
medevac goes down, and another one goes... I spoke too soon with the second one, but he still killed like 3 or 4 medevacs.
That Marine from the high ground feeling like a hero. They can't see me, but the Colossus come forward and take that guy out. Terran army running for their lives. But there's no more Ravens in this conversation.
No more Ravens, a smaller medevac count, only a few... Oh, but State's got to wait for... Okay, there he goes.
Storm's almost... I'd almost wait for Storm here. Yes, I Templar in that army.
That would have been an interesting engagement. I feel like if it wasn't such an open area, State would have smashed army. But it was open enough the Bio might be able to kite too well. Of course, Blinkstalkers can kill the Vikings very effectively in that case, so hard to tell.
By the way, in the top left, Banshee and Stalker are having a stare down that has been happening for the past 20 minutes, I think. Not really, 10 minutes.
Sounds about right.
I think a High Templar there would be good for State.
Yeah, just warp it in feedback, and then you can...
Yep. So we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, State looking like he wants an engagement, charging forward, but deciding to back up. High Templar on the high ground is cool. Oh, there's a Storm.
Nicked a few Vikings there.
One Marine saying, I don't care.
He really wants to get these pylons up so they can help reinforce his army.
Great sniping there, but Vikings getting picked off by those Stalkers. Yeah. It's all about positioning here.
And the probe stayed alive, so he's going to rebuild some of these pylons. Warp Prism coming in could potentially warp in reinforcements. There's a planetary on that 4th base, so it's going to be difficult for State to really
If State can hit right now.
Oh, the Warp Prism!
3-3 just finished. Warp Prism goes down, but 3-3 is not yet done for Drunkenboi. State trying to take advantage of this time. Look out for the Storms! Missing it first, but the Storms blanketing on top of the Bio army, and now Archon's being made. And the 3-3 might be showing its strength here. State up 156 to 106 in supply. The Colossus reigning supreme. The Stalkers taking down the Vikings and the charge lots, going straight into the natural expansion, and so many more Zealots warped in to reinforce here for State. And I don't think Drunkenboi's going to have an answer.
He's 80 supply down.
GG.
A perfect time by State there.
Yeah.
And really,
Like,
I mean...
Right, he was waiting. That's what he was waiting for. He was waiting for 3-3 to finish.
And there was only one Ghost, and it didn't get any of the Templar. So there were so many storms. Yes, there was the one storm that kind of fizzled, but you know what? It's more important the storms that hit than the ones that miss. Because the ones that miss, it's a little bit of energy gone, not a big deal. The ones that hit, those are Terran units gone.
Yeah.
That is a big deal.
And then here we see exactly when State decided to go for. If you see in the top left, the production tab, you see the 3-3 not yet done here for Drunkenboi. That's so important. And State able to convert to a victory in that battle, turning those High Templar into Archons after using those storms. But well played there by State. Another game kind of characterized by State being able to defend the early game stuff from Drunkenboi, but then being able to convert as the game goes along to a victory. So we have a tie series on our hands, guys. It's 1-1 in this best of 3. Stay tuned. You're watching WCS America Game 3 between State and Drunkenboi coming up.